Okay, I think I'm live. I think I'm finally live. But again, please let me know if you're here because I don't know whether I was live the last time or I wasn't. I don't know. So you need to let me know if I'm live. Uh, because I can't tell if I'm live or not. One person's here. Oh, good. We've got one person here. Please say hello if you're here. I took off the only members only can comment because I know some people were having a hard time because I guess they hadn't, not members, subscribers, because I don't have a membership. Hello, Emily. So I did take that off so anybody can comment. Okay, Christina's here. Good. Hello. Did you see me a minute ago? Because I thought I'd gone live, but I guess apparently I hadn't. Um, I think I must have set it to private. I'm not sure. I'm not very techy. Not very techy at all. So anyway, have you got your cup of tea? Are you ready? It's a bit overcast out today, and but it's warm. It's like a ridiculous warm. Hey Frankie, how are you, my love? Let me see what the temperature is today. 7 degrees. 7. Like this is supposed to be winter time here. What's going on? Oh, good. Good. Emily's got her cup of tea ready. Okay, so got a couple of things to show you. Before I show you what I'm going to be working on today, I thought I would show you these 4 bags that are full of cross stitch, unfinished cross stitch. -10 where you are, Frankie, and snowing. Oh, hey, Gina. Wow, you see, that's winter. I don't know what's happened to our winter. This is why I have a bloody cold, because one minute it's freezing and then the next minute it's not. Anyway, so I thought I would show you all these whips that I found downstairs because I haven't moved the cross stitch upstairs yet. And I wasn't sure whether I wanted to do the Gideon method, which is working perfectly for my knitting, let me just tell you. Oh, Claire's here. Hello, Claire. Oh, she's trying to finish her Christmas blanket while listening. Oh, how lovely. Lovely, lovely. Christmas blanket. Nice. Anyway, sorry, I'll be coughing occasionally. I do have some cough sweets with me, just in case I cough too much. But, you know, if you would have come over to my house anyway, and we would have a sit down and a cup of tea, I'd still be coughing here anyway. So, you know, it's what it is, isn't it? Yeah, so anyway, what was I saying? Linda's here. Hello, Linda. Oh, she's in Ludlow. Do you know, I think I've been there. I feel like we went there when I was a kid. I feel like I did. It seems such a familiar place to me. I feel like we went there when we were a kid. Anyway, have a lovely weekend. Ooh. Don't tell us, you know, everything that happens because, you know, it's their anniversary weekend. So yeah, so I have all this stuff downstairs, and I was gonna try the Gideon method on this because I'm loving how it's working for me. So if you don't know what the Gideon method is, I'm using it with my knitting. So I have picked 6 projects from all my whips. And hello, Nana Betty, how are you, love? And I pick 6 projects from all my whips, and then I work 12 hours, not consecutive. I don't sit down at like noon and then work till midnight. Like, so whenever I pick that project up to work on, and most of the time I knit at night when I'm watching the telly, I will put my timer on my phone and I will work that project for 12 hours. And then when that project's finished, whether it's finished or not, I put it away and pick another one up. And oh, Marie's here. Hello, Marie. She's working on her blanket. Doing a square day. Love it. I'll show you my blankets after. Oh, of course you found a yarn shop, Linda. Of course you did. Oh, and this material too. Ooh. So, oh my gosh, I keep forgetting what I'm saying. Oh yeah. So I was going to do that whole method with my whips for cross stitch, but I've got some that are really more in urgent need of working on. So I don't think I'm going to do that one. Good morning, Cheryl from Saskatchewan. Saskatchewan. I've been here 40 years. You'd think I'd know how to say that word. I used to call it Saskatchewan. My husband used to tell me off. Anyway, so I dug these up. So I'm not going to work on any of these anytime soon, and I'll tell you why. I know, really, but I thought I'd show you them anyway. This is a bag I made, by the way. I made this cross stitch bag, and I wanted to try using plastic, um, and I quilted the back. It's got quilting fabric in it. Um, anyway, so I just did it for me. So this one is, oh, let me take it off the hoop. I probably shouldn't have left it on the hoop this whole length of time because it's been in here for ages. This was, you might remember this. I did this. I don't particularly like these. Linda's saying hello, everybody. Did I tell you I'm going to go see her? I'm going home in Toby, it was just me throwing something down. It's fine. Toby, it's fine. What? It's fine, Toby. I just threw that down. Okay, go check it out. I started oh yeah, so I'm going to go see Linda. So I'm going home in May. I've got my tickets booked and I'm flying into Heathrow. My dad is picking me up and my brother. My dad is 91, by the way. And I didn't want him to fly over here because normally he comes over here and we have lots of visits in different places, San Francisco, Vegas, all that kind of stuff. And I think he's getting a bit too old to be flying, to be honest with you. But so I said I'd come home because I haven't been home since my mom died, which was 9 years ago. And I wanted to come home and see all my cousins. I've got loads and loads of cousins and aunts and uncles. Well, of course, I think most of my aunts and uncles are gone now. My Auntie Pat just recently died. Yeah. So so I'm coming home in April, end of April. I think I fly in the 29th, 30th, I think. And then I'm there till the 10th of May. My cousin, our Janet, is getting her 70th birthday. I can't believe she's going to be 70. And I feel like that's like so old. And of course, I'm 66. It's not like, I'm not that far behind her. Anyway, so, I mean, to me, we're still kids. We're still kids that played in the street at my nan's house, like I can't imagine that we're both that old. I don't know what happened. Anyway, so it's her birthday party. So I'm going home for that. And then while I'm there, because that's up in Liverpool, it's not that far from where Linda lives. So I'm going to go see her and her sister, June. And we're going to a yarn shop. Of course, I'll take you with me, Anyway, so back onto the cross stitch. So this was one I started, blimey, don't remember. And hello, Tina, how are you? Isabel's here, hello. She finally made it. I didn't know how to check the live button. Oh gosh. Well, sometimes you have to just refresh the screen too. And I know that happens with me. I think I'm live and I'm not sure if I am live. And then, so this is a mystery, a Halloween mystery. I've no idea. I think that's, no, I actually don't know what it looks like. I can't remember how it ended up, but so the way it worked, we did a quilt and we did a cross stitch to go with it. And I've made the quilt and gifted the quilt, and this is the cross stitch. So obviously didn't finish that. So that's in there, and I'm not really in a rush to finish it. I'll wait till Halloween, next Halloween for that one. Then there's this one, another bag I made. I was just testing bags out because at the time I didn't realize, like I always used to be a magnanimous cross stitcher. I worked on 2 cross stitches a year, one from January to July end of June, and that would be just a regular cross stitch, whatever. And then I always did a Christmas one from July to December. And I just worked on 2 the whole time. And so once I started getting more into cross stitch again, about 2 or 3 years ago, and I needed all these bags. So I made this one. And again, this is quilted. I absolutely love this bag. And the only trouble is you can't see what's in it. I tell you what is in it, though. This is my mum's hoop. My mum didn't cross stitch, but she embroidered. And after she passed away, my dad gave me all of her stuff. And there's like, and I don't really embroider. There's like 3 or 4 unfinished tablecloths or something. They could be table runners. They're huge that she had started. And I haven't done anything with them yet. I think I might try at some point to finish. I'm just not very good at embroidery. Like, I suppose you get it. But anyway, this is hers. And I like it because it's small and it's wooden. So I used that one on linen. So this is one I was doing. When did I start this one? Oh, I've made some more of these. I'll tell you about them in a minute. This one is the Christmas Snow Globe by the Tiny Modernist. And I'm doing it on a linen, tea colored, 28 count. And I started this September the 6th, 2022. And of course, this is another one of them blinking things I start. It's so funny. I must have been a prolific cross stitcher in 2022. And I did nothing in 2023. I wonder what that was all about. Anyway, this is a cross stitch that was a mystery. Because I love mysteries. I do. And what happened was each week leading up to, it's a mess, look at the state of it. Each week leading up to, my fabric's all folded there. So we got a new piece, a new section to stitch. And I think this was section 1. So as you can see, that's as far as I got with section 1. And then section 2, section 3, section 4, and then it was finished and I never. But this is actually what it looks like. Now, to be perfectly honest with you, I don't really like, I've got to figure my fingers out, all this bottom part. I didn't like this, and I didn't like that nutcracker guy. He looked a bit weird to me. And the snowman's okay. So I thought I'm going to finish it basically there. I'm just going to finish the bottom. And then what I'm going to do is, you see these things here? I'm going to put that right underneath there. So it looks like it's sitting on a table. Because, come on, all snow globes are usually on a table, right? And then I'm going to still do all the middle part. Because I love all the nature stuff and the Santa. So that's what I'm going to do. So basically, I'm going to do that. So, but of course, that will be a Christmas thing. So that's getting put away because I'm not going to work on that probably till July. And I just dropped something. What did I drop? I feel like I dropped something. Oh, well. So that's getting put away in that bag. Oh, a pin. A pin fell on the floor. How did a pin get there? It's not as even like it's a big pin. It was a big pin. I don't know how that got there. This bag I got from the Fat Quarter Shop because I used to get a lot of my inspiration for cross stitching from there, because when the pandemic started, that's when I got back into cross stitching and started to learn how to quilt. And it was all because of the Fat Quarter Shop. Anyway, this was one of the bags they had. And one of the things that they were doing, let me take that off, on a monthly basis was this thing called, what was it called? Fall on the Farm. And each month you got a new one of these. Now you could just make it by itself on its own. Um, Cheryl's doing her first cross stitch. Oh, what are you doing? And who was it with? Um, so, so there were 9 of these, I think. There were 9. And you could stitch them all individually. I got them all in here. You could stitch them all individually. Oh, there's my card. When did I start this? January 7th, 2022. Look at that. All of every time. So what these are is I make these and I write on them and I keep it in the bag. And anytime I actually stitch, I just circle the day I stitched. And you can see that every Friday, this was my Friday stitch. And then come November 2022, I stopped. And I didn't do any in 2023. Isn't that weird that I did that? I don't know. So these are all the things. And then there was this. Oh, I don't know what that was. Yeah, that's that again. So anyway, there's all of these. And I had done this many of them. And I was going to I'm putting them all as one big piece. It really needs to be ironed. So I've got 1 to finish off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to finish off, and 8 and 9 to do. Isn't that pretty though? And she did a Christmas one. I actually saw the Christmas one, and that was the one that I really liked. But then this one came up to start, and I thought, okay, I'm going to do that. So that's what's in this bag. So that's going to wait till the fall, and I'll carry that one on in the fall. Yes. And then in this one, this I have had for years. Years and years and years, I have had this bag. And it is one of my favorite bags. I feel like I got it when I first came to Canada. So it's got to be 40 years old. And inside, you've got 2 pouches, one on this side, one on that side. And in the middle is like a clip with, and this is where I put some of my floss in. And I actually have 2 projects in this. So this one on this side, and I'm absolutely horrified at the moment. These are my mother's scissors from when one of the things I got from there. And I don't even know where the picture is. Okay, it's a lavender and lace picture. I'll have to show you the pattern, kind of, if I can. That's half of the pattern. Anyway, it goes like that, and then it goes like that. And I can't find it. It's on a huge loom thing. I can't find it. I can't find it anywhere. And this is what all the colors that are in here are for it. I just can't. I looked everywhere this morning for it, downstairs, upstairs, because I've got stuff upstairs and downstairs at the minute, right? But I can't find it. And when you know you've seen it, but you don't know where? Stitch Me Winter Stitch Along. Oh, I'm going to check that out. I'm going to check that out. Is she on YouTube or Facebook? No, what the heck is that? Oh, that's weird. That's a giant needle. I don't know what that's for. Anyway. And then, so I don't know where it is. And it's a beautiful cross stitch. It's the same, you know my big one I've got in the living room, which stays up all year long, the Center of the Forest? It's one of them types. So, oh, Nikki Stitches is here. Hi, hon. Oh, don't worry, you're not late. I'm still just waffling about all the whips I've found in the basement. And then the last one I found, which is on this side, is this one. It was a dimensions kit with the family tree. And now that I have all my grandchildren, that's as far as I had got with it. Isn't that pretty? I know. but I can't. It's huge, Nana Betty. I'm not kidding. It's like really big. It's on a big loop home. It's like not something you can just put down and not know where you put it. I bet you my husband put it somewhere. Anyway, so yeah, so there's that one too. And now that I've got all the grandkids that I think we're going to have, then I can start filling all the names in on that, and I can finish that up. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 unfinished projects to do, which does not include any new ones I might want to start. I can zip that out now. There. If you could see the cobwebs and the dirt on this bloody thing. Anyway, so that's all the ones I found downstairs, other than the one I can't find. And I don't know what that is. But I wanted to show you. I've almost finished Jungle Welcome. Oh, I am so blinking excited about this. Look! I'm putting his name in and his date of birth in. This is what I was working on last time with you guys. So I was going to work on this today to finish it. But, you know, when you're trying to count, where am I going to go? In here and plot your words. I thought, I don't think I can do that while I'm talking to you at the same time. I mean, it's hard enough for me to drink a cup of tea and talk at the same time. Isn't it cute, though? I absolutely love it. And I'll probably put I always put my initials and the year I finished the thing down in the bottom somewhere in the grass. I'll sort of hide it in green down at the bottom. So, oh, I know. Isn't it lovely? And so here is my card. So it's The Jungle Welcome by Katie Garrett. And I started it in 2022. So there was my 20. I cut that out from the old card and stuck it on because, like I said, 2023, I didn't stitch anything. And then I started it back up again in January. And so, yeah, so I'm really pleased with it. And I'm going to finish it this weekend for sure. And then I'm going to get it framed up and give it to Tristan, who is nearly 4. Hey, Susan. No, you're fine. You're not late. So, of course, his sister, Evelyn, I had to get one for her. Look what I got for Evelyn. So I got the Woodland Welcome for Evie so that they'll both kind of match. Do you not just love it? I cannot wait to start this. Like I got it out last night. I got into bed last night and I was saying to Bob, should I start this one or should I just do the Peeking Puppies? Like, I just can't I just really badly want to start it. And I mean, look at it. And that's what I loved about working on this one was the fact that you could just sit and work on the elephant, you know, and that's what I did. I started with the lion. I figured out where the center was. It's hard to do when you're looking at the screen. And then I counted across to where the lion started. And then I just started with the lion. And then I worked my way over with each of the animals till I got to the end of the giraffe. Like, I mean, I did the monkey after I did this, then I did the elephant, then I did the toucan, then I went back down to the leopard. And then I did then when I finished it, that's when I backstitched the whole lot. And, oh, I know, they're just gorgeous. So I'll do the same with this one. Sorry about the glare. I'll just count up to the middle. And then I'll work my way across to, I think it ends up being that I would start, can't get my finger right, there with that little bit of green, but I probably won't. I'll probably then count down and start with the hedgehog. And then I'll just work my way over like I did the last one till I get to the bird. And then, but I'm dying to start it. Come on, talk me out of it. get all them others, but they're fall and Christmas, that they can wait. Evie's nearly 2, so should be 2 in June. I need to get it finished for June. However, the one I need to work on right now to heal my heart is Peeking Puppies. So Peeking Puppies is a dimension kit that I got in August 2022, and I just worked on it on Monday nights from when I got it, and then of course by November I stopped cross stitching. So here we go. Today, February 9th, I am going to start it back up today, and this is Peeking Puppies. I am going to take this out of here. It'll be easier. And the reason that I want to do that is because my son's dog just passed away. And he has 2 dogs. He has a Brittany Springer Spaniel, which is identical. If I'll show you some pictures if I can pull them up on my phone. It just absolutely looks like his dog Ellie. She's 10. And then they had a 5-year-old called Luna, who was a Brittany Springer Spaniel, and she's the same colors as Toby, my Toby. So she's beige and brown. So I am going to change the colors because I do this a lot. I don't know if you do, but when I cross stitch something, I want to make it my own. And I will often change, like I have a picture of me. I don't even know where it is, in the other room, I think. Holding a baby, me holding a baby, a woman holding a baby. And it reminds me of when I brought Sean home from the hospital. Sean's 32. So when I brought him home from the hospital, and I had a green dressing gown at the time, and in the picture, the woman is wearing a pink dressing gown. So I changed the dressing gown to be the same colors that my dressing gown was, and the baby's hair color in the picture was brown, and Sean's hair was very blonde, just like lovely Leo's is. And I changed that. So I often do that. I know, Nikki, I kind of feel like the minute I put the last stitch in that other one, I think I will start it. I think I will. I think I'll have both of these going at the same time because this one is all black and white and gray. There's hardly any color other than the brown eyes on the dog. Isn't that gorgeous though? So, and it's going to take me a bit to figure out how to do all the colors because a lot of the stitches in this, and this is as far as I've got, a lot of the stitches in it, all these stitches here are half stitches. God, I can't get my finger going the right way. They're all half stitches. So it's only the center band down here that are full cross stitches. But a lot of the color, because it's only, there's hardly any colors. Hardly any colors. A lot of the colors are, you mix them. So it's one strand of this and one strand of that. So anyway, it's, yeah. So I feel like I might need to start that other one as well and have 2 going at the same time. So that I've got this one and then I've got the other one. So, but I want to do this one for my son for his birthday. His birthday's October. And if not before, to give to him to remember his beautiful dog, Luna. Yeah. So, and typically, and again, this is all the Fat Quarter Shop. Watching her, I can't remember the name of her. What is her name? Does anybody know what her name is? Don't know. Anyway, she doesn't. I used to always start my cross stitch from the center. Find the center, start from the center, and I'd work my way up to one corner, and then work my way up to the other, and then come down. And she starts at a corner in the top generally, and then just works all the way down. But with this one, I went back to where I was with my normal. So I found this is my center, and I worked all of this one quadrant. So now I just want to mark, oh, Kimberly Jolly, that's right. God, Yeah, thanks, Barb. And so now I just want to do all the cross stitch down the middle to get the dogs, and then I'll go back and so I'm gonna get this started. Okay. Oh, that's the thing from there. Oh, interesting that that fell off. Because I was twiddling it. Nikki says swapping between both will be a good break from them. I think so too, just because of the difference, because the one is all black and white and the other will be pretty colors and they're spring colors, you know. Um, yeah, you have a cross stitch that has 80 shades of gray, cream beige. Oh yeah. Yeah, that would definitely be something. I'm sorry, I keep getting text messages and I thought I turned that off. And you know what? I have to blow my blinking nose in a minute. So, but it's so funny because when you look at this, and I do stitch with a hoop, um, because that's how I always have. I can't stitch in hand like some people can. I can't even get this hoop on. Get on. I just try. Yeah, I can't stitch in hand. Is it on now? Yeah. I much prefer, and I'm a stabber, stick a stabber, what I mean? So I go up and I come, do all that. I didn't even know there were such terms. Like I've cross stitched since I was 17. I just found a kit in a shop one day, thought it looked great, decided to have to go. It was the letter A. I have that somewhere. Don't ask me where it is, but I have it somewhere downstairs. And I made one, and I think I made one for my brother as well afterwards. And then typically what I do, so I've got it now in the hoop, and then typically what I do is I roll up the bottom so it's not in the way. So I roll it up, and then I get one of these, and I stick it in like that to hold it, just on the one side, doesn't matter, so that I can then put my needle thingy on, needle minder. Do you like my needle minder? Look at it, it's so cute. My friend bought me that because we used to camp a lot. We still have our trailer, but we're going to sell it this year, I think. All right. I have to blow my nose. Okay. I didn't want you to see that. It's bloody cold. But anyway, so I was looking at this last night, looking at the other one and trying to remember where I was, what colors I was working on. And the chart is cool, but it's all colors, and I don't know if I like colored charts really that much. Do you like colored charts? Do you like your charts colored, or you use a scroll frame to stitch? Well, I have a scroll frame, Cheryl. That's what the Christmas, what is it? Christmas Song of Christmas that I can't find is on. I can't find it anywhere. And oh yeah, Barb, me too. I still have some of the leisure arts booklets somewhere. And I had I can't find this scroll frame. And I actually had at one point I had a stand, and it was beautiful. And I don't know what happened to that stand. We moved, and I don't think it came with us, or it got thrown out. I don't know, but it was a floor stand, and it came up, and it came across my lap, and I would sit in my chair, and it kind of scooted under the chair a bit, so that you were straddling it basically. And I had that, and then somewhere at some point, I don't know what happened to it, but I had still kept the scroll part. And then And then I bought a lap one, and I feel like that had a round hoop, and you did you sit on it? I think you sat on it. I don't know what that is either. I think these things, they end up looking like just pieces of wood, and I'm pretty sure my husband just chucks them out because he thinks that they're used just pieces of wood. Um, Helen said, "You have to start working in the wee night hours like me." Oh, no. No. I know I probably should. I actually go to bed now, at 11, and my mother used to call me Midnight Mary because I never would go to bed till past midnight. Like, I was always up till 1 o'clock in the morning, reading or knitting or cross stitching or something. And when you have little kids, babies, and you're dealing with them, with the babies, like, all day, and then you finally get them to bed at 7, 8 o'clock at night. The rest of the evening is yours then, right? And so I'd stay up like for hours and hours to get all the things I wanted to do done before I'd go to bed. And anyway, my mother always called me Midnight Mary. But since I got older, you know what? It's not since I've got older, it's since I retired because I don't have to get up early anymore. I can sleep in till as long as I want, which typically is about 8 o'clock in the morning. But I must get enough sleep. I don't know. I don't know how it works. I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, um, Cheryl has. I have sizes. One is a floor frame and a smaller one for smaller projects. Oh, like how small is your thing? And Nikki has a floor stand and scroll and Q snap. Yeah, that's what that other thing was, a Q snap. I can't. I don't know if I like the Q snap. I find it too hard. Like I like something smaller for my hand to go around, and that's like nice and small for my hand. The Q snap I find is too big, and I get cramp. Not cramp. I have arthritis on this thumb, so I don't like anything big, which is why I liked the frames because I didn't even need to hold them because you're just coming up and down and that. But I don't know where they've all gone. I can't find them. Uh, yeah, your daughter has both the wood hoop. I wish I knew what I did with it. Do you know it's probably in the garage. I bet it never got unpacked. I'll have to go look. I have to go look. I mean, we've only lived here 5 years, 6 years. Um, yeah. And Emily says scroll frame sounds amazing. They are. They're really much nicer. And the one I had, the actual one, when I used the one for um, the Christmas song that I can't find, I hold it. I think it's is it a 26-inch scroll frame? And it's got like 6 or 8-inch bars. So you're only working on that area at a time. You just keep scrolling it till you find a new part to do, and you just knit cross stitch right across that area, and I hold it like a baby. Like I hold it in my arm here, and then I just cross stitch when I hold it. If I knew what the stand was, then that'd be a different story, wouldn't it? It would. You hold yours in your lap. Yeah, I held mine too. Except I can't find it. We're all going to be looking for it after this, by the way. Yes, we are. Get out your glasses and your detective badges because we're going to go find it. Yes, and Nikki puts the Q snap on the floor stand. Oh, I did not know you could do that. Oh, well, I don't know where my floor stand is, so why am I even talking about that? Because I might have to buy a new one. You know what? I think I will. I'm gonna look on Amazon after. Okay, I'm trying to concentrate here. Do you mind? Okay, where am I up to? So what did I do? What's the top part? I want to get to the white. Do I want to get to the white or should I just do the black bit? That's what I love about when you cross stitch, picking your color. What do you want to work on today? Do I want to work on, see, I feel like the H one, oh no, it was just, that was a dark gray, very dark gray. The heart is dark gray. And I think I'll do that triangle thing, diamond thing, black. 18403. Is it on here? 184. And look at this. This is so cool. I love this. 18403. So you just take your piece. Now, do I do it from the top? I forget. No, I do it from the bottom. I just take this. Take this piece here. I'm going to take one of the strands. And she says that this is how you do it, and I don't even know if it is. You just pull it, and it's supposed to come out. Well, maybe I do it from, no, I'm pretty sure I go from here. Maybe I have to pull it from the top here. Oh, yeah, this is how I do it. It's how long ago since I've done this? So you just pull it from the top, from there. Well, no, you can't see that. From there, I just pulled it from there, and it pulled me out a piece. And you don't have to take all that stuff off. That's a very ingenious way of doing it. Have you ever seen one like that before? Where they're all put in there and then you could do that yourself, you know. You could pre-cut your pieces, but then why would you want to do that? So anyway, let's go. So this is the way I do. I use two ways. I do the waist knot when I've got leftover, train going by. Or I just fold it in half like that. And do they call it that? No, that's not the waist knot. The loop method? Loop method. Yes, the loop method. And let's see. I can't remember where I am. Oh, I need my pencil. Is it in here? Because, did I have a pencil? I thought I had a pencil in here. Where'd my pencil go? Did you take my pencil? I bet you got it, Emily, haven't you? Do you have my pencil? Yeah, I know. I'm going to see if it's in another bag. Probably is. Is it in this one? No. Is it in this one? Yeah, you see, I knew you probably had it, Emily. No, it's not in that one, and it's bound to be in the last bag I'm going to look in. Here's the pencil. I love pencils. I'm kind of I love notepads and paper and pencils, and I use pencil all the time in my planner. I never use a pen because as I've come to a part that oh, thanks, Helen, thanks. As I come to a part, okay, so this must be the H part. Okay, so I must be here. Then I cross it off with the pencil because then the thought behind that was always, so I'm going in there and then I come up. That's how I start with the loop method, and you just go in through there and that secures your thread, and then you've got nothing on the front to weave in. What was I talking about? The minute I start cross stitching, my brain just goes, ah, ah. Does yours do that? Ah, it's like so relaxing. And I do rows, like however many's in a row. You use colored pencils? Why would you do a color? Why do you do? The reason that I think I used, not that I've ever done this, but I always figured that maybe I do pencil because then I'll rub it out and I can use that pattern again, that chart again. But I've never ever done that. Okay, how many am I going? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I've never done that. So why I think I would do that, I don't know. And why have I got a knot? Oh, come on. Why is there a knot there? Well, that's not very nice, is it? That's not nice at all. And Emily photocopies the chart so she can use highlighters. I used to do that. I used to do that all the time too. And then I got fed up of doing that. And I was, because the trouble with me is I'm too bloody impatient for my own good. And the thought of just like, it's like, you'll notice, I never do the edges. I never, um, whatever you do with edges, I never do that because I'm too impatient to start. I just want to get going on it, and I never mark. Some people mark the center. I never do that. I just count, and uh, and I think that the reason I started writing on the actual pattern is because I just couldn't be bothered to photocopy them and get going. I just wanted to start, you know. So I'm just too impatient for my own good. And Cheryl says, "Oh, see, now that knot came out. That was weird." She has a working copy of a pattern, then the chart. As oh, then color. Oh, okay, so you have a working copy. And Helen also copies her pattern and uses a lead pencil. Well, I just write on my copy. 3, 6, 7. To be honest with you, though, I mean, because these are kits, and I have 2 boxes full of thread, and a lot of the patterns I buy now, I buy the pattern, the chart, and it's a chart. It's a cross stitch chart. And so I go across like that, and now I'm going to go back. And I buy a chart, and then I buy the fabric, and then I would use all my own colors, and if I didn't have one, I would substitute it, blah blah blah. And so a lot of the patterns that I would had been buying over the past 2 years, like COVID time, was PDFs. So I would put them on my iPad, and I used Knit Companion, which you can also put cross stitch patterns in, and I can use the highlighter on that, and I can also make it bigger on the screen than the paper. But these, just for some reason, these are all kits that I apparently appear to have. Must have gone through a kit buying phase because I bought these all at the same time. But but I'm not going to be making this again. I can't see me making this again. Okay, so I'm going to cross that line off, and the next line is the same. So you gotta love that. It's easy to do. Easy to do. So, what do you all prefer working on? Do you prefer working on a kit where everything comes for you, like these? Or do you prefer to buy a pattern chart? I don't know what's wrong with me today. A chart, and then um, get it all ready yourself. What do you prefer? I don't look. I will look for a chart. I don't always look for a kit, but if I see a kit, and that's what happens, see something like I think I just went on YouTube, not YouTube, Google one day and typed in. This was when I was in Nova Scotia, and my one son had had his baby, and the other one was pregnant. Well, not he wasn't, but his wife was. And I went on to look for birth announcements because I'd made birth announcements for the boys when they were babies. So I thought, geez, maybe I should make some birth announcements for their kids. And so by this time, like Tristan was already nearly 1, and I think they were pregnant with Leo. My other son was pregnant with his first baby. So I went on to Google to just look up, thinking I would find some just charts, and I fell upon 2 really, really nice ones, and I ordered them both, and I also ordered this one at the same time because if you're gonna get stuff delivered, you may as well have it all come at the same time. And the other one I already made for Leo, that was, it was, the one with the baby laying on its butt. Remember that one? Um on a blanket. And actually, funnily enough, Megan, my daughter-in-law, now that they just had Sonny, I think she's 3 months old now. She said she'd like the same one, but in pink. No, in yellow for Sonny. So I have to find that chart. See, now that is one that I will obviously be making again because she wants exactly the same one. But I have to figure out the colors. It's not hard because there were only a few colors of blue, different shades. So, you know, I'll do that. Uh, Isabel, I'm strictly a knit or crochet. I know you are. I know. I'm just glad you're here today. And Emily's just getting back into cross stitch. I'm a kit girl for now. Yeah, good. Well, and that's it, right? When you either first start or you're first getting back into it, you don't have all the stuff. So this is where you need the kits. They come in very handy. And then once you've got back into it, you know what you're doing. So this is going to be 5. Then it's easier, right? And Nikki says she's a digital girl now. I know, eh? Now the arts are like, well, that's it, right? You can make the text bigger. You can make the graph bigger. It's much easier. And yeah, the Zoom feature is perfect. And then you kit them up. Yeah, that's what I was doing until these, 3 things all arrived. Um, and hello, Elizabeth. How are you? Yeah, and that's it. And if it's also if it's not something that you know you're going to get into, you just want to do the odd 1 or 2, then a kit's perfect, right? I mean, I've been doing this since I was 17. So I've been collecting charts and threads and fabric for a long time. I have all kinds downstairs. And so rather than, do a kit, and then for a while I was more into working on linen than I was on Aida. I find Aida very stiff and hard. Um, whereas linen's beautiful and soft, but it's harder on the eyes because there's no distinct hole to go into. Um, so again, if I did by any chance get a kit, I quite often took the aider out and substituted it with linen, because I just also felt it looked nicer as well. And Colette had I made birth announcements for my kids and started with my grandkids. I made birth announcements for my kid. Oh yeah, I made one and a half. I now have 8 grandkids. Well, look, meet your match, Frankie, because like I said, I've just almost finished Tristan's, and he'll be 4 in April. And I haven't started Evie's. I just got it in the mail the other day, and she's going to be 2 in June. And then Leo's is the only one I've done and finished, and it's hanging up in his house. And I haven't even started Sonny's either. So, but I mean, hey, if it takes me 4 years to complete, then it does. Still there, they'll still get it. And they might actually like it. They'll be able to see what it is, you know? Because, I mean, if I made it and gave it to them now when they were just born, they wouldn't know, would they? Because I should have, when they got pregnant, have just had thought to actually stitch it. Hadn't, shouldn't I? But, I never did. All right, now we're going over a bit. Should I do that? Okay, so let's come down here. Oh, okay, I see what we'll do. We'll do this. We'll go over here first. I love working out how I'm going to travel and carry my colors and my threads over, which is the easiest way to do it. What color do I need to bounce off? I love cross stitching. And this is a perfect time of day to do it. I'm sitting right in my window, looking out at the snow. It's going to be melting the way the weather is. Sean and Megan, they're the ones who live in Nova Scotia. They just got a ton of snow. A ton of snow. I think it snowed the whole weekend, and it was like a lot of snow. Their weather's weird because they get more snow. They get dumped on more than us. Like they get a lot of snow at one go, but then they it melts really quickly because they're right by the ocean, and it's really kind of warm, and then suddenly it will be all gone within like a week, whereas we've still got snow here that we had in December. Because it's so cold here normally, the snow doesn't melt. And Helen said, I like both as long as I'm stitching, I'm happy. I know. I love stitching, whether it's knitting. I don't know what I'd do if I lost my hands. You know what I mean? Because it's like I need them. And that's why it bothers me when I get this thumb has started to get arthritis. And one of the reasons why, oh, my husband's home. One of the reasons why is because I used to be able to, and I probably still can, but I don't want to. I used to be able to touch this thumb to my it was double jointed, and I could like make my thumb do these weird maneuvers when I was young, like when I was a teenager, and it was my showstopper, and of course now it hurts. Because now I have arthritis just in this part right here. And I find depending on and that's why I think I change up from crochet to knitting to cross stitch, because it gives the same repetitive movement a rest. And then it doesn't hurt so much. And I find too, when I'm holding something heavy, like when I'm knitting on my favorite blanket, for example, which is fingering weight held double, and it's quite heavy. It's getting heavy now, and it's on big needles. I'm because I'm gripping them because I don't want to drop any of it. Um, I think that's what why my thumb hurts. So I have to only do it, and that's why the 12-hour thing was working brilliantly for my Gideon method because for my knitting because I'm changing up what I'm doing, whether I'm crocheting or cross stitching or well, not cross stitching, but and that. So anyway, Cheryl says she does both. Good, good. And Nana Betty's gate crasher too. Oh, that's fine. She mainly knits. Well, you know what? You don't have to cross stitch while we're doing this on my lives. You can bring your knitting. Sit and do your knitting. I can show you my blankets. Want to see my blankets? So, oh, actually, I'll show you two things. No, I'm just going to show you my blankets. I'm not going to show you my other thing because I'm doing a podcast this weekend for you. So, on Monday, I mean. So this is a new bag I got. Look at this bag. So this bag, oh, let me put it in there. This bag, isn't this amazing? Look at this. Oh, I love this bag. So Linda's sister June, I do. She does. Honest God, this is such a nice bag. Let me shut the door 1 minute. Sorry, he just came in and then the dog will start barking. So I asked her to make me a bag that I could use to do a pair of socks 2 at a time. So on one side, you've got your needles and the yarn, your 50 grams of yarn and the needles. And then the other side, you have your other needles. And because I wanted to do them in tandem, not on the same needle like I did over Christmas. God, I didn't like that. But I wanted one that I did 2 different needles. So I asked her to make me a bag. So she made me a bag. And, oh my goodness, which way's the camera? There, it goes like this. And I absolutely look at the little butterfly. Look. Oh, my mom loved butterflies. And then inside, let me roll it down. And at the moment, I don't have any socks that I'm doing, but I found a better use for this because this is huge, this bag. It's really big. So inside, there's a pouch part here, and it's got all an area to put all your needles. And in the middle, there's a thing in the middle. Oh, it's really hard to show. There, a thing in the middle with a zipper. And then the other side, you can put your needles when you're not using them. So I've got both my blankets in there. So this side is, anyway, Disley's sisters, and her name is June. And Linda's her sister. So this is the one blanket that I've started. I've got to find the right way. That way is the right way. Excuse me. So I wanted to do a mitered square blanket like you all knew. And I had started a bunch of them and then stopped and not got further with them and decided to make them all into pillows or cushions because I figured it would be easier. And I'm trying to see those colors. So what I did was I wanted to keep a record and do a blanket of all the yarn I dyed last year. So this was my January yarn, which was Carnation. These two were February's yarn, which was Violet, because I was doing the birth flowers of your month. This was March, which was Daffodil. This was April, Gerber Daisy. Then I did these 2 colors, which were called Winter Walk. And that was, I just did that one. I don't know why. This one was Lily of the Valley, which was May. Then I did these 2 colors. This was Ontario Spring. and I just did a blue up to go with this, and I made a cardigan for Sunny. This was June. I loved this one. This was June. It's roses, and see the little green specks in for the leaves. And this was, so that was June. This was July, which was larkspur, and I absolutely love this one. This one is, was that gladioli? No, maybe it was. That might have been gladioli. And this was one, which was August. This was one I did. This lovely color was Sandy Beach, because I did some socks in the summer with the bakery bears, so I wanted a similar color. This was another one. I've just finished this one, and I love Asta. I loved this one. And then these three here were all in October, so that was September. These were all October, and these were the spooky spider socks. So you had the different colors. So this is all the colors I dyed last year. Isn't that amazing? Like, it's so fun to look back at them and see all the colors. Oh, and this one here, I forgot about that color. That was just one I dyed up. Where'd it go? There. And this one is sweet pea. So I can fit one blanket in one side, and then the other blanket on the other side, again, is a mitered square. Now this is the one, and I'm in the middle of doing something on it. This is the one that, if you remember, I had done this much of it. I had done 4, I think there's 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 squares down, and I had got so far 4 over. And I had decided these were from Craft House Magic. They were minis that I got in I feel like it was 2022, in January 2022, throughout the year, called Mixtape Minis. And I got 5 each month from Allie. So what I did was I put one in, and then I added white in between to make, to make it that. And to be honest with you, I got bored of the white, and I put it away. So then I thought, well, if I take it out and just do 2 more rows, just put up with it, do 2 more rows, I could turn it into a cushion. That'd be kind of big enough for a cushion, I figured. So I thought of doing that. So then the other night, I was thinking about it some more, and I decided, you know what? I don't want to do it as a cushion. Because I started, like this one and another one that I started them in strips. But then the one I've just started, with my colors that I've dyed, I started in the middle and I'm coming out. So I thought, what if I start it? That's the wrong way. What if this is the middle? What if I make this the middle? So the whole middle of this blanket will have the white checkerboard in the middle. And then I just start coming around with all colors and just start going all the way around with all the colors and keep building it out and building it out. So that's what I'm doing. And I'm loving it, because I found when I did the whites, I got bored. And whereas this, like, I did this one yesterday, this color, and these are still Ellie's colors. These were, so that was, how did it work now? These were January. These colors I first put in to just see if I liked the method were Legacy Fiber Arts that I had. Excuse me. And then these were all her January color. These were the February row. And this was the March row. April, I think I used 2 of the colors up already in the sweater I made, the jumper thing. So these are actually her May colors. But I'm just going to start putting all of the, and I've got a bag full of them. So they're all just going to go around and around. And this was, see, this was her mixtape minis. And she names them all, each colorway for a song. So that's what I've done. I've got all my minis, all my mitered squares in this bag. I've got 2 blankets, and then I can just take it. There's 2 projects. They're nice and easy, and there you go. So thank you very much. I love it, June. It will end up having socks in it, but for now, that's what's in there. Okay, let me just read some thingies here because I haven't been paying attention. Cheryl says, Nana Betty says she's mostly knits. Yeah, I know, and that's okay. I like crochet. I can't see well enough for sewing. Oh, I know. It is hard on the eyes. And that was a reason why I didn't cross stitch for a long time, because I think when I turned like 45 and because I only needed my glasses for distance, I didn't need them for close up. And I actually would take my glasses off to cross stitch because I didn't need them. And, it was a nuisance, or I'd look underneath them. And then when I turned like 45, 50, my eyes started going wonky again. So I stopped stitching, I would say for 15 years. And then I just picked it up again. And of course, now that I have very focal glasses, I can see again to stitch. I don't need a magnifier or anything. So that's kind of good. But it is hard on your thing. And Cheryl says, I am tatting. Oh my God, what is that? Sounds like it sounds like a bit of a thing. Working on a tat-along. What the heck is tatting? It's a year-long one, 366 motives. Cheryl, I need your help, girl. What the heck is tatting? Sounds like a swearing thing. Isabel says, Nana Betty, me too. I can't see well enough to do small stitching. And Emily says, that's gorgeous. Love the fabric. I know, I do too. I really like the fabric on it. It's I don't even know what kind of fabric it is. Very soft. It's almost like a looks like it's Cameron tartan. Yeah, Helen, you're right. It is. It's like a tartan. I mean, it very much feels like a tartan too. Yeah, I really love it. It's a really nice bag. And Nana Betty says, can you combine them all together? Oh. No, I don't know if I want to. I think I want to keep them as 2 separate blankets. Yeah, because the other one has got everyone else's yarn that I've collected over the years or purchased, or their minis. The smaller one that I just, I'm doing that doesn't have the white in it, that's my yarn I've dyed, and I want to keep them separate, I think. And Isabel says, my DK mitered square is much bigger. I think I'm actually done. Oh, it's 8 squares times 6 squares. Maybe I'll square it up to 8 by 8, as each square is approximately 3 or 4 inches. My squares are 3 inches. They're 3 inches by 3 inches. I cast on 49 stitches. And then, so yeah, they are 3 inches by 3 inches. Oh, that's probably hard to see, and I don't have, do I have a ruler here? Okay, that's 3.5. That is a 4 by 4. So my squares are milling that up properly. Well, maybe they aren't. No, I think they're. Oh, maybe that does look like 4 inches. Hang on a minute. No, it is 3 inches. I stretched it when I picked it up then. Yeah, they're 3 inches by 3 inches, my squares. So, yeah, and they're 49 stitches. I mean, you can do them any size. I've got to make sure I got that on the right side. You can do them any size you want, right? I saw one lady on our Tobyknits and Friends Facebook group. Holy moly, hers were she had 12-inch squares and she had 4 little squares that equaled 12 inches. That's math. I'm not doing that. And then she had some other 2 that were half of that size again. Like, oh, it was amazing. Like I don't even know where you'd start trying to work out how to put that together. Like the map it out, if you know what I mean. Frankie says, great idea. Oh, thanks. And Cheryl says, fine art of lace making. Oh, that's what tatting is? Oh, I've never heard of that. Saskia says, hiya, hello. And Nikki says, when I get back to cross stitch in 2016, after my girls were older and life was calmer, I realized I couldn't see the holes. I went to my optician with 40 count fabric. Oh, nice. And said, I want to see these holes, but a strange look. Got a strange look, but I have some times 4 classes right now for stitch it. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. That's so funny. I know, eh? And then Isabel said, I don't have a tape measure to hand. Maybe they're bigger. It's definitely a biggish blanket. Yeah, but aren't you doing a different yarn weight too, Isabel? Because the yarn I'm using is fingering weight. It's all my leftover sock yarn. And I want to say, are you not doing a DK? So it would be bigger. And again, it depends on the size of your needle. So I'm using a 2.75. Yeah, yes, yours is DK, so it's going to be bigger than mine. And that's good. Okay, so now I have to work my way over. So I'm going to miss 2 and do this. I should probably go in a minute. I've been on here for, an hour and 17 minutes. Goes quick, eh, when you're chatting with your mates. Who's going to watch the Super Bowl this weekend? I am. I think I'm going to go over to my son's house and miss 2 and do 2. Miss 2, 1. I think we're going over to his house Sunday night. Oh, you're using a size 5. Yeah, so it's going to be bigger. But they must go quicker. They must not take you long to make. Saskia, my Midas square is turning out great. Your videos are gold dust. Oh, thank you. Oh, I'm so glad. Hey, I tell you one thing I did find too, because when you haven't picked it up for a long time, and it'd been ages since I'd done a Midas square blanket, and I knew that I did the double decrease, but I couldn't remember, did I slip knitwise or did I slip purlwise? I couldn't remember. And I found, and this is just me, I found that when I was slipping knitwise, which is what I was told you do when you're following with a knit stitch, I found that the center decrease was quite loose. So then I started slipping purlwise. And I find, now I don't even know if you can see any difference in that. I know this one I did. Can you see a difference? I think anyway, I just feel like it tightened it up more when I slipped it purlwise. And then the other thing I started doing is Linda told me this from Disley Sisters, Linda. Oh, Linda, She said that if you slip the last stitch, how do I do it now? Purl? No, purl the last stitch. God. Purl the last stitch. Then on the next row, when you turn, you slip that stitch, you get this lovely edge, which is easier to pick up your stitches. So I've been doing that. So these are all things I've learned since I've started doing the mitered square knit alongs. So it's much easier because otherwise you end up with, that's what I did previous. So you'd have to go in between your pearl bumps to pick up, but that is easier to find. So try that. So when you get to the last stitch, um, purl it, and then when you turn around and start the next row, you slip it. And then, so that might help because that definitely helped me. Um, and okay, yeah. So, and Emily says, Rob and I will be booked Monday off to sleep. Laugh out loud. Good for you. Yeah. Oh, yeah, because it would be really late for you. Because I think it's 7 o'clock for us. So it must be midnight for you. Yeah. So we're going to watch it. And we're trying to decide who we're going to watch. Now, I did hear this. So my son told me last night, because we went out for dinner with Andrew and Caroline and Tristan and Evie, and they told me that Andrew told me that Taylor Swift is not the halftime. I don't actually know what the halftime show is, but if the Chiefs are down, if they're not winning, if they're down at halftime, apparently Taylor Swift is going to come out and sing "Shake It Up" or "Shake It Off" or whatever the heck it is. That's what Andrew said, but I don't know how true that is. But anyway, we're going to watch. So hopefully we're going over to Andrew's, but if not, he'll probably come here. Um, Marie Jose's here. Hi, hon. And she used 4.5 needles. Oh yeah, but so if you're not in my Tobyknits and Friends group, you need to go over and check out what Marie Jose's been doing, because what she's doing is she's making a water bottle cozy with her mitered squares. Go check that out. Anna Betty says she's done 2 panels of 9, but can't do any more until I finish this off. Well, I know. That's the problem, right? You run out. You run out of, like, I can't do much more of that hand-dyed yarn blanket that I'm doing because I've only got a couple more colors. I need to dye more yarn. Ah. But I'm going to start dyeing a couple of extra minis so that I can do giveaways for our each month for our Mitered Square live. So in 2 weeks when I do the Mitered Square live one, you be on it because I'll do some things on that one. Oh, I meant to use the blinking bot today and I forgot. Linda showed me how to use it and then I forgot to put it on. Oh, oh well, I'll have to do that later. And Isabel's out of tea, so she's going to run. Looking for your Fiona podcast. Big hugs. Thanks, Isabel. Yeah, I know my tea's empty. I should probably get going too. And Saskia said it looks more structured, like it's more taut in a way. Yeah, yeah. Oh, that's beautiful and practical too. Nice. Oh, thank you. And then Emily said Rob's a 49ers fan and he's still sore from the last time they played the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. Oh, Usher is the halftime show, I think. I like him actually. So that'll be good to watch because I do like Usher. I don't know who I want to go for, to be honest. It's like when I watch Nana Betty says, do you think an acrylic will work with a wool mix? I don't know. I don't see why not. I don't see why not, because acrylic is super easy to wash. And I don't see why not. What weight is it though? That will, You'd have to decide. You wouldn't need as many stitches if you're doing a worsted weight or a DK weight, for example. Like mine is finger and weight, and I cast on 49. So if you were doing, I don't know what Isabel did. Oh, same weight. Okay. I don't think it would be a problem. I think you'd be fine. Absolutely fine. Um, what was I saying? It was something to do with the Super Bowl, wasn't it? Oh yeah. So when I watch hockey, and it's my favorite team is Toronto Maple Leafs. My husband's favorite team is Ottawa because we live closer to Ottawa than we do Toronto. But whatever, whatever. Um, I don't watch a lot of hockey, to be honest with you, but I love all the. I love the Stanley Cup. It's the same with baseball. I love baseball in the summer, and I watch the Toronto Blue Jays. I don't watch any other team other than the Toronto Blue Jays. If nobody, they're not playing, I don't watch. But I love watching the World Series. Like I love the cups, the big, and it's same with Super Bowl. I don't watch football as such, but I love the Super Bowl and the Rose Bowl and all them. And whenever I do watch something that I don't typically watch for a long time, or I'm not familiar with all the players, I always say, when it's hockey, I always say to my husband, "Who's the goalie?" And he'll tell me who the goalies are for both teams, and I'll pick my team based on who the goalies are. And typically, I go with the youngest player. Um, I don't know why. I always, my son Sean was a goalie when he played hockey, and he was very small. And a lot of people said he wouldn't be a good goalie because he was too small. And I thought he was a brilliant goalie myself. And then my other son Andrew was a centerman, so he was the one that was always, doing the face-offs. Um, so in hockey, I always want to know who the goalie is because I'll go with the shortest goalie or the youngest goalie, the goalie that people don't give any credit to, and that's usually who I go for. And the same with the Super Bowl. So I said to Bob, "Who's the quarterbacks?" Because I need to know who the quarterbacks are, which is the youngest quarterback, which is which team is the one that's not supposed to win. That's the one I always go with, the underdog or the youngest quarterback, whatever. So that's what I'm gonna probably check out and see. So Emily says Blue Jays are my favorite. Oh, good! I'm glad you like the Blue Jays. They're my favorite. We saw them back in the '90s when we were in Canada visiting my dad's cousin. Oh, that's so nice. Yeah, I love the Blue Jays. Um, we're going to try and go down for a game this year. We haven't been for ages. I find it easier to just watch it on the telly. And Brock Purdy was dubbed Mr. Irrelevant back when he was drafted. Okay, you probably know more about this than me. Who are the quarterbacks for these two teams? If you know, tell me. And he was the youngest. I should probably go in a minute. I've been on here way too long, and I can feel my throat going. Surprised I haven't coughed as much as I have, which is good. Anyway, well, I don't know. What do you think? Should I go? I think I should probably go. I don't even know where I've got. Didn't get very far, did I? I think I just did this much, this little bit here. Too busy talking. Brock Purdy is the 49ers and Patrick Mahomes is Chiefs. Right. Right. Okay, I'm going to look them up and see who is who is who. Who is the youngest? Let's have a look and see. Purdy may be the youngest, not sure. Oh, then I'm probably going to go for him. Who's he, the 49ers? Oh, that's San Francisco. I don't know much about it. I'll probably go for them. And then, of course, the next thing is who has the nicest uniform. Because, if I like that color better, then I'll go for them. Because we all know I support Liverpool and they're red. So I think they're both red, aren't they? I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure. Okay, well, I'm going to go. Anyway, so Helen said, really enjoyed your live. Oh, thanks. I just love chatting to everybody. It's just, company for me. Thanks. Thanks for coming and having a cup of tea with me and chatting. I've enjoyed it. So I'm going to go now and clean the mess up that I've just made on the floor and have another cup of tea because this one is, oh, well, see, look at this. I have to go for them, don't I really? I didn't even notice that. Okay, I'm going for them. All right. I'll talk to you all. I'll be back on Tuesday with a podcast, so I'll see you then. Okay, bye everybody. Thanks for coming.